So here I have today the Canon EOS M6 and the Fujifilm X-T20. I didn't find much review on the comparison of these two cameras, so decided to do a quick comparison. They are both silver trims, and they have their APS-C cameras. This one has the 18 to 55 f2.8 to 4 lens on it, and this one is the 18 to 150, and it has the 3.5 to 6.3. So you can see it looks bigger than this. So it's the heavier lens on this. Uh, but even though compared to this lens is much better, so it gets very good and sharp photographs, and compared to its zoom range, it is heavier also. So now let's talk about the weight first. So weight wise, these two looks absolutely similar, and if you say it's a little heavier among the two, but it will not feel it that much. So weight wise, they are much lighter, and they are very portable compared to DSLRs. And now another thing is the touch screen, which is to consider. So they both have touch screen. This is the Canon and this is the Fuji. So they both have touch screen, but the touch screen in Canon is way better. You can access the menus and everything in Canon touchscreen, and it is much responsive, very responsive, I would say. You can do whatever you like. Let's see. So here, if you go to the menu, see how smooth the touch is. It's just like a smartphone. So you can do all the menu changes and everything here. So you can slide them back, or so every button is working here. It will be touch responsive. But here in the Fuji, it's not that. You can only do the focus, like the autofocus. You can select the area. For that you can use the touch screen, and it's not that responsive also. But the resolution is same among the two. They are 1.4 million 04 million dots, so their resolution is same. But I like the screen of the Canon much better. And also, if you see the tilting portion, so it only goes up to this and down like this, the Fuji, whereas the Canon go all the way up 180-degree and also down. So it's a much flexible one, the Canon screen. Now the screen wise, the Canon is the winner. If touchscreen is the deal breaker for you, then probably you should go for Canon. Uh, Now the autofocus, both have great autofocus. Canon put the dual pixel autofocus in it, and for Fuji it has the 325 point autofocus, so which is great. And for both I get around 80 to 90% shots in focus. They are not not that bad, but not perfect also. So the autofocus is good. It's on the better side. It's not bad. uh, Another thing is, like, if you were into 4K, then this is out of your picture, because this does not have any 4K yet. But whereas Fuji gives 4K at starting at 30p, and then you can go to 24, 25, those other frame rates. But this is only full HD. Canon has only full HD. There is no 4K in it. And the other thing which I find very good is that they both have excellent sharing system. So they have wireless, and Canon has Bluetooth as well. So you can take the pictures and share it instantly in your smartphone, and then you can do whatever you like. Any social media sites, you can post the pictures. So this is pretty cool. And coming to the image stabilization, now the Fuji does not have any in-body image stabilization, so as the Canon, but the Canon has a digital image stabilization. So it's a software programmed image stabilization, which is just digitally process the image. So it works with this IS lens. So this 18 to 55 is a IS lens, and so it will work with this IS lens and give you a better image stabilized result. So I like the image stabilization here. So even if I go down to around 10 frames per shutter speed to 10, and say 8, 10, so they are also like, I get it doesn't get blurred. So the hand shaking on that low shutter speed, it do a very good job in getting that away. And so for the Fuji there is no digital image stabilization, it is only the lens. So if you buy a STM, the IS lens, it will have this option here to do the image stabilization. So if you do the image stabilization here, then it will take care of that, but there is no in-body image stabilization. So the image stabilization is much better in Canon. And now coming to ergonomics, the Canon has they both have actually very good ergonomics. You can see they have 5 dials, the 4 front finger and the rear thumb dials. So if you go to manual mode, you can assign it to shutter and aperture and take the pictures easily. And same applies for Fuji. But for Fuji, as you already know, that the aperture is controlled by this aperture dial, and also in the here also they have a dial in the thumb. Here also they have dial, and these dials are also you can click. So they are both clickable and dials. So you can do a lot of stuff with this. So they are very convenient in getting your shutter speed, ISO. You can assign anything on this, and the exposure compensation is up, and um, the shutter speed is also here. And they both have the continuous low, continuous high setting mode. So yeah, I forgot to tell, like this Fujifilm has a slightly better burst mode. So it goes up to 9 shots per second, but it goes only up to 8 shots per second. But that is that doesn't matter that much. And okay, let's get into the viewfinder. So the viewfinder is very good in Fuji. The OLED viewfinder, it's pretty good and clear, very responsive, and it has a sensor here. So if you utilize the auto viewfinder mode, then probably you can have some problem, because whenever you bring your finger here, so the auto viewfinder will work and it will totally blank out the screen. So so I suggest just use one of them, either the viewfinder or the screen. Otherwise it can give you some problems. And now they both have built-in flash. So here is the flash of the Canon. They're very small, but they can come handy sometimes. And the good thing with the Canon flash is you can take it up with your finger, so you can reflect it in the wall and then get a very good dim light, just a little bit of light you can add to the portraits. So this is very helpful. This unfortunately, so this thing doesn't have in Fuji. So Fuji flash is just like this. It's the traditional flash. You cannot take it up to get it reflected from some wall or so. So Fuji doesn't have that facility. And the optical zoom, Canon has a very good, like it's a 8x optical zoom, and Fujifilm has only 3x optical zoom. So the optical zoom wise, Canon is better. So that's most of the things that I found out of these cameras. Not to say they both have great image quality, both RAW and JPEG. And Yeah, and Fuji, they have a different menu systems, so everybody know that. So if you are new to Fuji, probably it is, you are coming from Nikon or Canon or Sony, and then going into the Fuji, it's a bit different. So please take keep that in mind. In that way, like Canon is very traditional, they have all the scene modes here, so you can go to the scene mode and PSAM, they call it like PTVAVM. So those things are there, but Fuji does not have that minded, so it's only auto or manual. So in manual you can control the aperture or set the aperture to auto. That's your choice. So there is not such different kinds of different kinds of facilities. So yeah, that's it, guys. So that is. I hope this video helps you to make your decision. So this is the both of them are very nice cameras, just little bit of here and there. So that's what I jotted down, most of the points that I can find here, and still I am playing with these cameras and I'm very happy. Whatever your priority is, I think you can choose any of those cameras. Thanks for watching.